welcome to another episode of the World Reviews. Your boy Captain Mal here, and today I'm joined by Sensei.
I am Groot.
Weapon 2, I believe is his actual name. And this is why we're never going to be famous, guys. Hey, Weapon 2, Seacrawler, Captain Mal, and today we're going to be reviewing Bumblebee. Now, for all of you, the three phenoms back together. For all of you in the know, you know that Mr. Seacrawler over here is the big Transformers fan amongst us. Yes. So let's just start with you. What did you think of the Bumblebees?
Like, this movie for me was this is better than most of the other movies that I've seen for Transformers. For me, this is like, spoilers, I'm just going to go right into it. Like, you see Cybertron, you see the Transformers, Autobots, Decepticons that you do see, they look like the cartoon that I used to watch. They look like the toys I used to play with. Like, they weren't made into like a more modern car, more modern whatever. It was just, man, when I saw that in the beginning, like, yeah, the CGI could have been a little better, but I was just like, I was like, and then there's a part that came up, and then one of the Autobots are getting tortured or whatever, and I'm like, man, is that Cliffhanger? And then you were like, I don't really know these guys' names, so it did a lot for me as far as like nostalgic, like, and it took place in the 80s, which is cool.
The whole movie?
Yeah. So it was. So Jumper, Cliffhanger, they had, they have these names, but anyway, they looked like you get glimpses of Transformers, Autobots, Decepticons that I've known from the past, and it's like, oh my god, like, it just did a lot of things for me. A lot of fanfare went into for the fans, definitely for the fans, like.
So the Transformers fan liked it. So here's a little cliff notes on me. I watched the old Transformers from the 80s, not like a super fan, but I did watch it. I'm more of a Beast Wars guy growing up in the 90s. I loved the first Transformers movie, mostly because of nostalgia, like I said. After that, every Transformers movie, to me, is a varying degree of dog shit. Just like, what temperature dumpster fire is it? They're all bad, they're all terrible. I didn't even watch the last one. I will say the opening 10 minutes of this, where it's on Cybertron, there was lots of characters, and I was just like, oh my god, like, they look like they did in the cartoon. They look like they did in the 85 movie. I couldn't name all of them, but I recognized individuals. Like, and then I was literally thinking, Lonnie's gonna love this, because I didn't watch it with them, but I was like, oh my god, he's gonna eat this up.
Soundwave looked like
CGI should have been better. It was a little.
Soundwave was down there. He's like Ravage attack. He had a freaking voice. And he wasn't a satellite in the sky. It was like he was Soundwave.
Optimus looked like Optimus.
And it came out of the freaking. Oh god.
Finally, though. So the opening sequence was cool. We're gonna get to the rest of the movie. So what did you think, being a non-Transformers fan at all?
Well, I don't know if it's because I was too old. I was like in high school, and then, or if because I was poor and I didn't have cable. I don't know why. I just never watched the Transformers. I don't know. But I have some questions. Why did the Decepticons get to turn into flying stuff and fly all around, while the Autobots have to be on the ground all the time?
That's a good question.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Can I take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Reasons?
I got an explanation.
Okay, go.
No, but not really explanation. It's just how it's been. Like, Decepticons, like when they had the first two that were on Earth, they were cars. I'm like, this is. If they would just turn into flying, and then when they showed the jet and the helicopter that were out like scouting for them, I was like, they're going to change into those. Because in the original Transformers, in the animated movie, for the most part, Decepticons were usually jets or helicopters or flying things. Later, they got into tanks and other things like that, but they were mostly like, for whatever reason, I don't know.
That's still not a reason.
Autobots were...
So they just have an advantage, an unfair advantage.
Autobots, let's roll out, was like, Autobots were cars and trucks and things like that.
I did love that they were muscle cars.
Yeah, that was cool. They were pretty badass.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a real quick synopsis of like what I think of this movie, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. So I feel like this is probably the best Transformers movie, if not the second best after the original, but that is a very, very low bar. I feel like this movie had something that everything after the original lacked, and that was heart. You actually care about the main chick in this movie. What is her name? I can't remember.
Haley Steinfeld.
There we go. She's adorable. She's really, really good in this movie. The moments that she has to actually act and talk about losing her dad and all that, she actually brings it. She brings the feels and the emotion. She actually hits you. She's trying harder than she needs to for this movie. So that worked very, very well. The relationship between her and Bumblebee after Bumblebee loses his memory, that worked. Him being like this big puppy that she has to take care of was hilarious. The action I'm so happy Michael Bay didn't do this because you could actually see the action. It was actually able to follow it. Explosions didn't just have sparks.
Sparks and this. Oh god.
That said, who the hell? Every other casting was terrible. The family all was terrible. There was no kind of emotional attachment to them. Koki Smurf was in it from Californication.
Charlie.
That was great.
Charlie
But I'm tired of the quirky family in Transformers movies. They're annoying. The friend zone guy, who they totally, like the friend who likes her, who's like trying to get with her the whole time and helping her through everything, they totally friend zone this poor dude at the very end.
Yeah.
Like, she goes to hold
We're
her
not there
back.
yet.
It's all. We're not there. And then, like, she laughs and I think she's gonna turn and kiss him. Movie just ends!
Yeah.
You friend zone the poor guy. As a former resident of many a friend zone, that hurt.
That dude did a lot for her.
He really did.
He helped to save the world.
Yeah, so John Cena's acting was terrible. Acting across the board was terrible. There's lots of moments in the movie that just didn't
John Cena was a goddamn
make
liar.
any sense.
Yeah.
It was the best Transformers movie. I don't think it was a very good movie. It was longer than it needed to be.
What do you expect it to do for you?
Not suck.
It didn't suck.
Well,
God.
the good news is that Ron's happy that the reel still works.
That was so funny. Like, the real still works, and he gave the freaking corny thumbs up. Like,
Yeah. Now I don't know why Bumblebee didn't turn into the Camaro. Was he the car that she needed instead of the car that she wanted, the one she deserved? I don't understand, because she really wanted the Camaro. She's like, what? Wait, what?
He didn't want to
Wait, what?
Why didn't he turn into her dad's Corvette?
Yeah!
Now here's the thing. I do want to say one thing that actually got right was she's letting go of Bumblebee at the end is totally a metaphor for her letting go of her dead dad. That actually made sense from her storytelling standpoint. Yeah. I'm not completely convinced that was on purpose. Because as you said, you're like, well, they have to end it that way. She has to let him go, and then he becomes a Camaro. That way, he could tie into the first movie. Except that everything else in this movie is a big F you to continuity for the previous movies. This really negates.
He could have stuck around for a while.
No, but this negates the other movies. This negates
outside of the metaphor.
Yeah,
we're talking about here. He could have stuck around for a while.
Lonnie.
What? You want me to...
what do you think?
Like, well, yeah, I mean, it does. That's why I'm like, is this supposed to be a reboot? This should have been a total reboot. Like, this is the beginning of a whole nother... That would have been awesome. I don't know if this is supposed to be just a prequel to the other movies, but this would have been a good reboot because...
Yeah,
like I said,
I've got reboot because
if you did a hard reboot, I'd totally
right.
Yeah.
Because this one, like you said, continuity sucks. It's almost like Fox and X-Men all over again. Like
it was really that bad.
We have Transformers that end up in the medieval times. We have Transformers that end up in like World War whatever. And
Megatron showed up in the 1800s.
But in this one, like, the first time an Autobot gets to Earth is with Bumblebee in the 80s. No.
Yeah. And then it shows Optimus landing at the very end, and then the other Autobots coming. And I was like, didn't that happen in 07? Like in the first movie?
Yeah.
But so like it really screws continuity up.
But some of the acting, I get it was corny, but some like the friend zone guy, like his acting was awesome. Like he was awkward, and that's what he was supposed to be. Like he tried to be tough, and he was freaking scared. He did those little girly screams and stuff. Like he was the comic relief for that.
I was a fan of Hans.
You know, he liked Ron the freaking the dual grill's still working. Like, the driving in the station wagon. Like,
so here's the thing. So
the whole 80s thing really got me. I like that.
Well, because the 80s nostalgia is just a thing right now, right? So any movie's gonna hit that and immediately get a plus sign, and they know that.
Mom was two-dimensional.
It was annoying. She was annoying.
She was, especially after seeing when I saw her.
So here's the deal. I feel like the problem with these Transformers movies is they have like the Autobot and Decepticon conflict. They have all these really cool characters and what would be a great conflict to just focus on. But they always have to focus on a human character. Luckily, this time the human character they cast was the strength of the movie. But if we've had previous movies, looking at you, Marky Mark, when that's not the case, right?
Minus the fun.
Why can't we just have a movie that is Autobots v Decepticon? Why does the human characters have to take the front and center stage? Can we just do this on the next movie? Can we just have them fight each other?
All that really matters are human beings. They don't care about robots.
Robot lives matter too.
And this is what, in the original, like, the beginning of this with Cybertron, like, that was good. If we had a movie like that.
I would watch that movie all day.
So, because if you look, so they went the right direction, but in the original cartoon, the animated movie, all that stuff, you didn't have very many humans. You like
There was like one
you
kid I kinda
very
remember.
rarely dealt with the military, but it was Spike and Daniel. Those were the two. It was Daniel and Spike, and one was the father kid, and they were there because they were mechanics. They could help the Autobots as far as like fixing certain things. Not everything.
What, they can't fix their own stuff?
Well,
This advanced society of robots, they can't fix their own stuff?
They only had 2 people. Like they don't have all the advanced
Listen, they're trying to
technology.
protect the human
They're like,
beings. Those human beings are just like pets, man. They just get out of the way. Have some robot fights.
So here's like, I'm kind of in the middle of this right here, because I get it. Here's what's great though. I understand Weapon 2 because this was not his thing, this missed his generation. For me, that's Power Rangers, right? I was 6 years old when Power Rangers came out. I love Power Rangers almost as much as I love Batman and Buffy and everything. I'm a Power Rangers fanatic, but I get it. If you miss that by even a couple of years, dumbest fucking thing in the world, right? That is the stupidest thing.
Yes.
That's how Transformers is. Like, if you missed it, it has to be the dumbest thing you've ever heard of, right? So I've
heard a lot of dumb things.
That's fair. Yeah. I feel like there's a middle, right? Like, you love it, you're gushing because it's like fan service. This is probably the Transformers movie you wanted. You're just like, bro.
I love it because you love it.
There's a middle ground, and I feel like the middle ground is where Bumblebee exists. It took a lot of positive steps for the franchise, and here's what it did for me. It made me want to watch the next Transformers movie, which is something I can't say I felt in years, right? A lot of positive steps forward. I feel like there were still some moments, but like whatever, like no movie's perfect.
Right.
So what do you want to see going forward? What do you want the next?
Well, first I just want to get on some of the moments that really got me. That were like, so first, that way they looked in the beginning. Then there's the part where they're at the cliff. I already said spoilers, but they're at the cliff and they want her to die, whatever. And Bumblebee opens the door and he has that song, "You Got the Touch." Like that was from the animated movie, and it's like, oh my god, the way that he looked at the end. Yeah, he was a Camaro. He didn't say the bug, but when he was on the Golden Gate Bridge next to a semi that looked just like the original Optimus Prime, the toy. I mean, it was awesome. It was like. It was,
that was Optimus Prime. That's what I got from it.
Well, it wasn't
yet.
I thought he fucking showed up, bro. He showed up.
That wasn't that Optimus. Why didn't you just make that Optimus then?
On to the next mission.
They should have made that Optimus.
God, jeez, you guys suck right now. Like,
no, so I'm not trying to disagree. I'm just saying.
You're not trying, but you are.
It's not hard, man.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, so I was trying to talk about the moments that I like, and then you just want to intercede and like put all your.
That was rude.
in it.
And I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I want to take this opportunity to apologize on the record.
Gosh, man. Anyway,
Okay,
whatever. No, I'm done.
I feel like we spoiled this for a while, and I'm upset about it.
I feel like we spoiled this for long, and I'm not upset about it.
I guess I deserve that because, other video we did with the Marvel trailer,
that's fine.
Really
and you know what? There's going to be movies that I love that these guys are going to hate, and this is just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
We
shouldn't agree on everything, right?
I didn't hate this movie though. I just step in the right direction. It just had a lot of dumb shit that happened in it that I can't look past. I feel like though, if this is the stepping stone and they keep getting better from this point, if they learned their lessons from this, then I can get back into the franchise. The franchise I have not cared about.
One other
since
big
like
thing
07.
I gotta mention is that I love the fact that they showed how badass of a soldier Bumblebee was. Like he's not just some little. He was a soldier, and he showed him being a soldier. Showing up late to whatever because Optimus kept calling him, and he's like, I know he's here, and then he comes in kicking ass and like taking out Decepticons, and then he transforms and you hear his voice. I'm like, oh my god, because in all the other movies he's lost his voice. So in this one you get to see he had a voice, and you get to see how he lost his voice. Remember, in all the other Transformers he only had the radio.
Yeah, except that at the end of the first Transformers they fixed his voice. And no, they didn't. Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Watch the movie again. They fixed his voice, and then they're like, "What do you want, Bumblebee?" And he's like, "I want to stay with the boy." Clear as day, because he fixed it.
No,
Watch. Do you want to? I will bet you $1,000 right now.
$1,000 freaking. You guys fight?
$1,000.
Want to fight on camera?
Let's
fight.
No. Okay. Watch the movie, and then in the next video, we're gonna fucking answer it.
Anyway, so
he talked at the end, and then the next movie, because they wanted to do the radio trick again, the radio gimmick. That I was going, no, just pretend it's not fixed yet. They fixed it at the end of the first movie. He says, "I want to stay with the boy." How much do you want to bet me?
Whatever. Hey, so anyway,
I'm right. Whatever. Anyway, closing thoughts.
Nothing. I have nothing else to say.
I'm sorry, Boo.
No, you're not.
Weapons here?
It was an endearing robot movie.
Hands off me.
The relationship between the human being and the robot was.
It had an Iron Giant vibe to it, and that was cute.
Yeah.
Right? That was cool. Right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
We liked it. It was a decent
I liked it.
It was a decent movie. It wasn't bad.
It's fine.
It wasn't bad.
It's fine.
It was okay.
It was
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the World's Greatest News and Reviews.
Thanks!